Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It's time to call this public hearing / special call board meeting of the San Felipe de OCID Board of Trustees, today being Monday, June 23rd, 2025. Mr. Secretary, would you call roll for us?
Yes, sir. Mrs. Luna Chavez.
Present.
Mr. Almaraz.
Here.
Mr. Overfelt.
Present.
Mr. Mesa.
Here.
Mrs. Guanajuato Webb.
Present.
Mrs. Haynes.
Here.
Sir, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Let the record show that we do have a quorum of board members and that this meeting has been duly called in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. This time we'll have opening ceremonies, first with a moment of silence for personal reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. We don't have any citizens to be heard. We'll go into the public hearing. Item 6 on the agenda is a 2025-2026 budget and proposed tax rate. Amy Childress.
Good evening, President Mesa, Dr. Rios, and members of the board. This evening, we have prepared for you our executive budget public hearing for the 2025-2026 year. This evening, I will be discussing our budget compliance, our budget projections, which include our property tax values and our attendance projections, and then the executive budget that we will be presenting to you for adoption is our general fund, our food service, and our debt service budgets. Our first is we did post our notice of public hearing in order to discuss the budget and proposed tax rate. It was published on the June 8th in the Uvalde Leader News. So by August 1st, or as soon as practicable, the taxing units collector shall certify an estimate of the collection rate for the current year to the governing body. This is for our property tax. This is our main funding source for our general fund budget. For the 2025 preliminary values that we have received from the appraisal district, our freeze-adjusted taxable values are $2,862,373,170. This represents a 5.13% increase to our 2024 certified taxable values. So the preliminary values that we have received currently do not include the increased homestead exemption that was passed as part of the 89th legislative session. So we will receive the certified ones by July 25th. That will include the increased homestead exemption from $100,000 to $140,000 for taxpayers. Our current general fund budget is based on a M&O tax rate of 74.86 cents, which would provide us with a projected 2025-2026 M&O tax collections of $20,591,914. Another component of our general fund balance is our attendance projections. The average daily attendance is the component that the state uses when they calculate our state aid for our district. As this slide shows, a comparison between our enrollment and our average daily attendance. For instance, for the 2024 year, our enrollment was 9,648 students However, our average daily attendance was 8,805, which is about a 91% attendance rate. For 2025, our enrollment was 9,516 students. Our average daily attendance was 8,560, which represents about a 90% attendance rate. So for the 2026, we are projecting an enrollment of 9,550 students with an average daily attendance of 8,560, which again would represent about a 90% attendance rate. The general fund is the main operating fund of the district. And for our general fund, again, for today's presentation and the budget that is being presented to you, our projected tax rate will be 74.86 cents. This projected tax rate reflects no change from the tax rate from our 2024-2025 year. Now I will start getting into some of the components of our general fund budget. One of those is our health insurance fund. For the 2025-2026 year, the district will continue with our Blue Cross Blue Shield coverage. Our current monthly district contribution per employee will remain at $474.49 for July 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. We are estimating a 9.5% increase in that contribution beginning January 1, 2026 for an estimated increase to $519.57 per employee per month. Another projection on our budget is a general pay increase with a cost to the district of $5,180,945. This would represent the beginning teacher pay increasing from $54,950 to $55,900. Those employees on the teacher pay plan with 1 year's experience will receive a raise of $1,429. Those with 2 years experience, $1,929. Those with 3 to 4 years experience, a salary increase of $2,500. And those with 5+ years experience, an increase of $5,000. For those employees on the administrative professional, the paraprofessional, and the auxiliary pay plans, for those with 0 to 2 years experience, it will represent a 3% increase to their pay range midpoint. 3 to 4 years experience will be a 4% increase to their pay range midpoint. And those with 5+ years experience would represent an 8% increase to their pay range midpoint. Also included in the proposed budget for this evening will be personnel, an increase of personnel costs of $618,918. This will include 6 music and art positions, 3 librarians being added, a deputy superintendent position, change the 2024-25 district reorganization costs, a dean of instruction at the Del Rio Middle School, 2 elementary counselors that were being partly funded with the OASIS grant that would be bringing those funds over to the general fund budget. And then we had middle school redesign savings. Also on our health insurance, due to the change that we had last year from the self-insured to the Blue Cross Blue Shield, it will still represent a savings to the district of $360,401. So for this evening, I have for you, we'll be presenting a proposed budget for our general fund. Total revenues, $112,186,000. $141,054. Proposed expenditures, $112,141,054, which will represent a zero balanced budget for our general fund. This slide is just a different representation. It shows the functional level as well as the object level. Again, total expenditures, $112,141,054. For our food service budget, we are proposing total revenues of $8,418,504, with total expenditures of $8,063,251, which would represent an excess of $355,253 for our food service budget. The third budget we're proposing this evening is for our debt service fund, which is what is used to pay for our principal, our bonds, principal and interest payments on our bonds. Included in this year's proposed budget, again, is we're asking for a resolution to be signed. We have the opportunity for a defeasance or an early payment of a portion of our outstanding debt. It would be for our unlimited tax refunding bonds, Series 2017, which would represent interest cost savings and would assist with our management of our 2025-26 debt service tax rate of 18.77 cents, which is the same current tax rate as 2024-25. So for the debt service budget, we are proposing total revenues of $5,163,108, with total expenditures of $5,163,108. So it will be we are proposing a zero balanced budget for debt service also. And then this slide is just the three budgets, our general fund, food service, and debt service that we are proposing for this evening. That is all I have.
Any questions for Amy? Any public comments from anyone? Hearing none. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That concludes the public hearing. Again, we now will go on to the special call meeting. And first item that we have is Business and Finance. Item 13A, consideration and approval of a resolution by the Board of Trustees of the San Felipe Del Rey CISD Consolidated Independent School District, providing for the defeasance and calling for redemption, certain currently outstanding obligations, authorizing the execution of an escrow agreement, delegating to certain district officials and staff the authority to effectuate matters herein resolved. Amy Childress.
Good evening, President Mesa, Dr. Rios, and members of the board. Again, we are bringing you a resolution for our debt service budget by setting proposing to set our debt tax rate at the 18.77 cents. This will provide us the ability to possibly do a defeasance payment during the 25-26 year.
Any questions from board members? None? No questions. Recommendation?
Yes, sir. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the resolution by the Board of Trustees of the San Felipe Del Rio Consolidated Independent School District, providing for the defeasance and calling for redemption certain currently outstanding obligations, authorizing the execution of an escrow agreement, delegating to certain district officials and staff the authority to effectuate matters herein resolved.
For the recommendation from administration, is there a motion? Motion by Mr. Orfeld, seconded by Mrs. Webb. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Item 13B, consideration to approve the 2025-2026 District Compensation Plan. Amy Childers.
Good evening once again. The compensation plan you have before you is, again, this would be subject, this is the 3%, based on the 3% raise and the pay plan structure that TASB has provided us to the fair market value, the adjustment of the pay ranges, and then just some of the positions that were allocated to different pay grades based on the pay ranges.
Any questions from board members? Hearing none.
Sure. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the updated 2025-2026 district compensation plans as presented.
For the recommendation, there's a motion by Mr. Galindo, seconded by Mrs. Webb. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Item 13C, consideration to approve the 2025-2026 district official budget. Amy Childers.
Good evening once again. This is to approve the 3 budgets that were discussed during the public hearing. It will be approving the general fund budget, the debt service budget, and the food service budget.
Questions?
Just a comment.
Comment from Mr. Orfeld? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Miss Amy, for everything this budget season. I know we still got one more meeting to go with amendments and all that, but to go in and last year having a very rough budget season that we all went through because of uncertainty in Austin, because of facing down a $6 million deficit that we were able to trim back with some different choices and stuff like that, to presenting tonight a zero or a balanced budget. I wanted to say zero base, but a balanced budget is a good thing. We have to recognize that we're very glad that the legislature did fund public schools this go around. Maybe not the entire amount that we wanted, but we're able to go in and get money. And I want to say thank you to administration and budgeting, or to your office, for going in and keeping that promise that we made back in June 7th of last year, when we said that if the state did fund us, we would fund us adequately. We would bring librarians and art and music back into the schools. And I'm glad we're doing that, and I think but it's also important to understand that while we're excited to go in and do that and be able to go through with that process, it's also important for everyone out there, those individuals, to understand out there's lots of vacancies that have to be filled, and the district's policy is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Rios, is you apply to go back to a position, or you apply to go to a position, but until we get yours filled, there won't be any moves. So if I'm not wrong, it's worth mentioning that yes, we're bringing those positions back, but contingent upon being able to fill the positions that they will be leaving to go to be music, art, and stuff. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Mr. Overfeld,
Okay.
that is correct. We will work on a good transition plan. The first round of applicants, it will just be internal applicants for people that were displaced, and no other applicants, but we still need a transition plan. So, and we know we can do it. It just needs some planning, so it's not an automatic, but we will definitely work with everyone.
Okay, good. I just wanted that out there for those individuals to understand that we're glad to be bringing you back. It's just we've got to follow some guidelines there. So yes, thank you for all the hard work your department did, and thank you to administration for working that out to have a balanced budget. It's a great accomplishment. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Orfeld. Anyone else? Yes, Mr. Almaraz.
Same thing, just a quick comment. Amy, thanks for all your hard work in getting this balanced budget again. I know the first one we saw was balanced, and now you did it again and added some more stuff to it, so great work. Dr. Rios, thanks for honoring that, what we talked about last year in June, bringing everybody back. So I think it's a good way to start this budget, and hopefully our next year having everybody back in there. To those displaced employees that stuck around with us for an entire year outside of your norm, thank you guys for doing that and stepping in the classroom or wherever we needed you. Definitely appreciate that. So just, very, very positive looking school year for us. So thank you all for the hard work.
Thank you, Mr. Alvarez. Anyone else?
Thank you.
I know it's a lot of work that goes on for the budget preparation, and I think all of us were anxious to find out what the state was going to do, and finally, teachers and everyone else will be compensated accordingly. So, we know that cost of living has gone up, and last year was the budget meetings were very contentious. We all wanted different things, and we're glad that everything came together. And we still need one more meeting. We'll have one at a time. So recommendation for this?
Yes, sir.
We have no further questions.
Sir. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approves the 2025-2026 district official budget, which includes the general fund budget, debt service budget, and the food service budget.
For the recommendation, is there a motion? Motion made by Becky Chavez, seconded by Mr. Orfeld. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Amy. Thank you. We're not used to getting applause.
Thank you all.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And now for the person that does everything, Amy Childers, Human Resources. 14A, discussion possible action to approve employee job descriptions and evaluation forms. Amy Childers.
Good evening, President Mesa, Dr. Rios, and members of the board. You were provided with a new job description and evaluation form that we are including for a discipline clerk.
Any questions from board members? No questions? Then recommendation.
Yes, sir. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the employee job description and evaluation form as discussed.
You heard the recommendation. Motion made by Mr. Galindo, seconded by Becky Chavez. All those in favor? Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The time is 6:23 p.m. We're going to go into closed session pursuant to policy 551.074 and 551.071. If any action is required, it will be taken upon reconvening into open session. We're now in closed session. Okay, the time is 7:09 p.m. We're reconvening into open session. No action was taken in executive. We're down to item 18A, consideration to approve the personnel report to include the following: new hires, district vacancies, retirements, resignations. Amy Childers.
Good evening. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the retirements, resignations, and vacancies discussed in closed session and the following new personnel: Erica Barrera Guerrero, second grade teacher at Dr. Lonnie Green Elementary; Melissa Sandoval, fifth grade teacher at Dr. Fermin Calderon; America Cordova, kindergarten teacher at Ruben Chavita Elementary; Gisela Faz, fourth grade bilingual teacher at Ruben Chavita Elementary; Jacinda Ibarra, math teacher for New Tech at San Felipe Memorial Middle School; Ruby Butron, special education co-teacher at Del Rio Middle School; and Diana Zamaripa Villarreal, MAPS teacher at Blended Academy.
For the recommendation, is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Amy Haynes, seconded by Ms. Almaraz. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Item 18B, consideration to approve the position of Dean of Instruction at San Felipe Memorial Middle School. Amy Childers.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve Munielda Musquiz Ortiz for Dean of Instruction at San Felipe Memorial Middle School.
For the recommendation, I'll entertain a motion. Motion made by Amy Haynes, seconded by Becky Chavez. All those in favor? Motion carries
you.
unanimously. Item C, consideration to approve the position of principal at Buena Vista Elementary. Amy Childers.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve Mercedes Owen Zapata for principal at Buena Vista Elementary School.
Heard the recommendation, motion made by Mr. Galindo, seconded by Mrs. Webb. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item D, consideration to approve the position of principal at Lamar Elementary School. Amy Childers.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve Alma Cavazos for principal at Lamar Elementary School.
Heard the recommendation, is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Mr. Almaraz, seconded by Becky Chavez. All those in favor? Motion carries. Item F, consideration to, we're tabling item E. Consideration to approve the position of speech language pathologist with Special Education Department. Amy Childress.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve Anissa Gomez for speech-language pathologist.
Heard the recommendation. There's a motion by Mr. Almaraz, seconded by Mr. Galindo. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item H, consideration to approve the position of dyslexia and reading intervention specialist at Dr. Fermin Calderon Elementary. Amy Childress.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve Thelma Soto for dyslexia and reading intervention specialist at Dr. Fermin Calderon Elementary.
With the recommendation, is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Becky Chavez, seconded by Ms. Shorefeld. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much.
There being no other items on the agenda, is there a motion for adjournment? Motion made by Mr. Galindo, seconded by Amy Haynes. We are adjourned. Thank you. Good night, everyone.